Hello everyone and welcome back to the stream. I'm feeling like 0% motivation to be here today. No offense to any of you guys. I just feel like sleeping. Anyway, hopefully you guys are having a great day. I am daying. I am here. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, share, follow. All of that good stuff helps the channel grow. Please excuse my rather mediocre attempt to entertain you guys. We're going to try and finish off Yellow today. I don't actually know how far we are from finishing off Yellow. We might have another day left for Yellow, so maybe tomorrow, but we'll see when we get there. Anyway, I'm already set up. There's nothing else for me to do. So, I guess we'll get on into it. Hello, Francisco. Yeah, I just my stomach hasn't been feeling great. I haven't been doing exactly the greatest. Hello, Van. Elite 4 grind today. Well, the last time that I was on here was the last time you asked if we were doing the Elite 4. Based on that, and the fact that I have all of 4 badges, I'm gonna say probably not. I'm gonna say that we're probably not gonna finish out today. Maybe it's a possibility, but probably not. I also still don't have a flyer, so, we kind of have to do all of our stuff. Yes, hello again, Francisco. So yeah. Where do we even go right now? I came down here to grind, but I think most of our Pokemon are good in ground. I think it's mainly just getting levels to finish out the things. Yeah, I guess let's go do our things, and let's go do that. Go to the, I guess we'll just go to the bike thing and go beat up Pokemon in the grass. Yeah, without a flyer, it's gonna be so slow without a flyer. That means I have to do all of my grinding, now, before I get to the Elite Four, because if I don't, I won't have a way to do it. We'll switch this down. Yeah, I guess we'll start off with all these things in the beginning. Azulia. I guess we'll start off with Azulia. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Who knows? We'll see. Okay, so 2 water guns means that's not going to be great. Surf should work on some of the big guys, so that's fine. Or body slamble. Perfect. A water gun doesn't even take out the Ponytas in one hit, so can't say that's boding well. Yeah, I guess we may as well just do our final grind already. There's no reason not to. It's just... I was hoping to get it done before we got to, the rest of everything else, but it doesn't seem there's any issues. Also, I just noticed, no Raticate. We haven't encountered a single Raticate, so I think we may not even have to worry about Raticate as an issue. Trying to learn Ice Beam? Hell yeah. Let's get rid of Sing. Alright, now we're on to water guns only here. And I guess Surf and Ice Beam will be our useful on the birds and stuff. 39, that's pretty... This is really fast. Way faster than I remember this being. Way faster than I recall. Oh, right, I should have hit it with something else other than the water gun. Alright, now we're on to Surfs and Ice Beams. Alright, just 5 surfs. 4, 3, 2, 1. I'd say that's not half bad, considering that it went from, what, 36 to 41? It's a pretty solid one. My only issue with Monkey Man is if it gets hit by that Fearow, it's gonna freaking hurt. Like a ton. Like, might actually lose my, my Primate kind of hurt. So I guess I have to be very careful with that. VG Guy 23, I feel like you've been here before. I feel like I have seen you here before, Video Game Guide 23. How are you doing today? Alright, give me a second, let me... Yup. Let me do that. I am glad to hear that you are doing alright. Okay, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't even change it because I figured you would just put it on maximum brightness immediately. Alright, cool. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing alright. I am just trying to go ahead and level up our stuff. So I don't have a flyer. I don't really have a flying type right now, so I'm kind of in a little bit of a pinch. Where, how far are we into the run? I'm here. Actually, let me get through with this one real quick, and I'll show you where we're at. So, technically I could go for Koga right now and probably go for Sabrina and Blaine. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do, since I have my Lapras now, I'm just gonna do my final grind, get everybody to about 56, and then I'm just going to slam through all the badges, and then slam through the Elite Four. So, depending on how quick this leveling process goes, we may do the Elite Four, or we may hold off until tomorrow. It just depends on how quick this leveling goes, to get everybody to, like, 56. Ooh, that's not good. And it was burned? That's terrible. Monkey Man, stop. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, like, I'm tired of being in Gen 1. It was fun when I first got into it, but now I'm super tired of Gen 1. So I'm just trying to get through it. Seems like these are not exactly, the best of Mon either. Usually I come across this place at about, I usually come do this at around 40 or something, so I'm coming in a little bit early to get my levels in. But I'm also kind of like, okay, I guess I can do it. I think double kick is probably... We'll just go for the horn. Double on the others. Ugh, if it's burned, though. Burn doesn't help me. If it's burned, I can't do shit with it, so... Yeah, it's funny because, like, I had been all the way out in Crystal, and then, obviously, now I'm back here. But I'm kind of mad about it because I know some people, like, they were here when we were on Crystal, and then they were like, oh, now that you're no longer on Crystal, I guess I'll leave. I'm not gonna come back until you're back on Crystal. And I'm like, guys, so you only want to support me when I'm doing well? Yeah, so we had some people leave when I lost it in Crystal and had to restart. It was really unfortunate because, I mean, I thought we were doing pretty well, but it just happened. We're doing it, oh shit. Yeah, we're doing it best we can. We're fighting alright. Yes, Van. I'm aware that you didn't leave. Yeah, all the regulars ended up staying, but, like, a lot of the people, the new people who'd come in, and came in later during the thing just kind of left. All the regulars came back, so that was pretty cool. It is nice to see that everybody just kind of chills around. Want to learn Hydro Pump? No. We're not making room for Hydro Pump. Garbage move. Get out of here. It's BS. Watch you not as much as Con, even though I've been really busy. Oh, it's all cool. I get you. I understand. Life happens and stuff like that. That's why I don't really, like... You know, I talk about it, but I understand that life happens and everything. No big deal. And you want VIP one time? Ah, yes. I had completely forgotten about that. You do love Pokemon, though? Yeah, Pokemon's alright. I can't exactly say it's, like, my favorite franchise, to be perfectly honest. It's an okay franchise, but the more that I'm playing this, the more that I'm starting to look at it from a technical point of view, and less from, like, an entertainment thing. And I kind of just see it as a technical challenge at this point. Like, it was enjoyable doing a lot of this cool stuff the first time around, but now that we're having to do it a second time, my brain is like, why? What am I doing? And it's more of like, let's take the most optimal line to get through stuff that we can. Arc kind of falls from grace. Yeah, Arc did fall from grace, didn't it? which is very unfortunate because, like, it had the potential, it had the opportunity to be really good, and they just decided, you know what, we don't want to make good stuff. We want to make very mediocre game. Rather than giving the people what they want, they're just giving them whatever they felt the people should have. So, yeah. Yeah, and a lot of these games, like, I don't even know if I enjoy a lot of these things. I've been playing Kingdoms of Amalur, on my own when I've got a chance. And, let me tell you, so, now I remember the reason why I didn't get Skyrim when it first came out. Then the whole Nitrado situation happened, yeah. Yeah, everything just kind of went downhill. I mean, I'm keeping my base on mothballs, but that's about it. Like, it's... Plus the updates and everything, the updates are just so damn large, I don't even know if it's worth keeping on my system. Like, at this point, it's like 120 something gigabyte, what, update or whatever, and it has to reinstall every freaking time. Like, we're on a PlayStation. Like, you can't just update the thing. It's just ridiculous, that's all. We'll switch. Shaboink will put you up front. It's gonna be 500 gigabytes when it's at... Yeah, that's probably true. I think when Evolved finally disappeared, I think it was sitting at like 200 and something odd gigs for everything included. So, it was pretty crazy. It's a ridiculous amount of space to be taken up. But yeah, I haven't really put much stock into Ark since everything just... It's just not the same game that it was. It doesn't feel like it has the same love and everything. The only thing that seemed super cool was the Gigantoraptor, but I also don't want to take the time out of my day to go raise a Gigantoraptor. Now Ascendant's like 100 right now, if only base in the... Oh, did the center finally release? Did they finally get the center out? Did they actually move did they move their dinosaurs where they should be? So is the Gigantoraptor no longer on the island anymore, and it's... Something's where it should be at now? Like... That was really upsetting that they decided to just be like, oh, we are gonna take a long time, so let's bring that tame that we said was gonna be exclusive to this one map, and let's bring it to other maps. That's what everybody wants, right? Never mind, you're wrong. Ah. Yeah, yeah, that's not even including with the center, and it's like 100 something gigs. It's crazy. It's crazy. I shouldn't have to go ahead and like, expand my storage or get an external just to be able to go ahead and house a game that I want. Unless it's something like hyper-realistic or some crazy-ass thing where I would need like a 500 gigabyte, like a 1 terabyte worth of space for some massive like VR upgraded thing. I like how the Ponyta gives the most XP out of everything here, including, like, the Fearos. I think Arc 2 is just gone now. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Arc 2 is gonna happen. I think whatever R2 was going to be has been killed off by whatever they decided to do. I think the moment that they took away the word free, and they told people that no longer was Arc going to be free, I think that's when they did themselves in. They should not have done that. I get that they needed to go ahead and make money, but if you couldn't make money without, like, you know, duping your community, then maybe you should have thought about it beforehand. Maybe you should have come up with a better way to make money, because they'd screwed their whole community. It got fucking burned? Come on. I have to switch out for something else. Money is what everyone wants? Yeah, but I mean... But at what cost? They wanted money, and they got money, but they really screwed themselves. Like, they got money and it completely killed their ability to get more money. Like, everybody wants more money, I get it. But if you do it at the cost of the potential benefits of getting money, like, you're just standing in your own way. Why would you do that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but they stood in their own way there, in my opinion. There was no need for them to go ahead and slam the door in the face when they could have gotten more money out of people by just doing what they already did. They had a great game, and they could have just upgraded the graphics and then made the same great game. Hell, if they would have slashed the price in half, even that, even a half-priced Arc would have been great. If their company, if they felt their company was going out of business, then maybe they should have found better ways to go ahead and monetize rather than charging for the upgrade in graphics that most people's computers can't even handle properly, might I add. They got money, they lost the Latino community, lost a respectable audience, and lost anticipation for Arc 2. Yeah, and then they made the stupid decision. Did you see where they put the Arc animated series? They don't have it on Amazon. They don't have it on Netflix. They decided they're gonna put the animated series on Paramount Plus. Like, really? They could not be making any worse decisions. Like, with the way that they're making decisions, this has to be deliberate sabotage. This has to be somebody deliberately going out of their way to ruin the company. I cannot see any other way or reason that this is happening. Well, it's not on Netflix? No, from what I heard, it's on Paramount Plus. Huh? Yeah, it was supposed to be on Netflix, but you know, somebody offered them more money and they decided, hey, we like that stuff. We like money. We don't want to make anything accessible, but we do want to make money. Like, the decisions that they're making are kind of like if a company went ahead and was like, hey, we're going to go ahead and make our building super handicap accessible. And then somebody was like, hey, I'll pay you a lot of money to not make anything handicap accessible. But their company had a huge handicap, like, their company had a huge disabilities, like, catering business. And they were like, yeah, take out all the elevators, take out the ramps, take out all the accessibility stuff that we have in there. Because you know what? This guy offered us a lot of money. And we'll take the money rather than all the people who are giving us money because of that. You think the Nintendo company is growing more and more for babies? I mean, Nintendo has always been a family-friendly company, so... Yeah, I mean, they've always kind of been that way. They're a company you can depend on to produce stuff that's always gonna be for the family and everything else. They allow a couple things on here and there. I think they're opening up more to adults recently than they have in many of the past years, strictly because they're allowing more adult things on their platform than they used to. But yeah, considering I've watched Nintendo kind of grow, I mean, I wouldn't say watch Nintendo grow like I'm fucking 200 years old. Watch Nintendo making playing cards. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it's even changed that much since I was a kid either. Nintendo's kind of just been the same company it's been this whole time. And all the Nintendo fans have grown up. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's why they're bringing a lot of that stuff to... I think that's why they're bringing a lot of that stuff to the platform, because I think they're realizing that all their fans have grown up, and if they want to go ahead and keep their fans, they're really going to need to bring them back in. Give them their classics, you know, release Skyrim again. That's what the people want. Give me Skyrim or give me death, right? I don't think Monkey Man's gonna be a great fit for, like, for the ending of this. I hate to say it, but I don't think Monkey Man's gonna really make it. As, he may be there just to ensure my Pokemon don't die instantly, but... Not an adult, but if, the boss of Nintendo... Okay, hold on. I'm not an adult, but if you were the boss of Nintendo, you should have more games that don't have you have to pay to be going online. I mean, the issue is, like, most games these days are not designed for a single-player experience anymore. I mean, aside, let's put live services aside. Like, a lot of these games are multiplayer experiences. I mean, take a look at Pokemon. Pokemon, it was designed with multiplayer in mind. Sure, it's a single-player experience, but if you wanted to catch them all, you had to have somebody to catch them all with. Pokemon wasn't even designed for you to be able to have everything on your own. So, like, even looking at just that, that's a perfect example of Nintendo always keeping in mind that they want people to be involved with each other. Not so much these days, but I mean, there's a lot of games. Everything's online. You say that like we haven't had to pay for stuff for a long time. Everything's got a cost to it. You want to go to a website, there's a cost. You want to get online, there's a cost. You want to go ahead and pay for a particular service, there's a cost. We live in the day of macrotransactions. That's the era we're in. And unfortunately, there's no going back. It's not even microtransactions anymore. It really is the era of macrotransactions, so... But, you know, we can't go back in time. If we could have told our younger selves to play more, you would make a Nintendo DC 2 and not a Switch 2. A Nintendo DC 2? I'm not... Did you mean GC, like GameCube? The problem with the GameCube is it wasn't a very successful system, despite the fact that we all love it and everything. GameCube was not very commercially successful. I mean, it also had to compete with a lot of other powerful systems at the time. And it didn't have the games, it didn't have the processing power. Like, if you wanted the top-tier games and everything, you were going to one of the big other ones. You were going to Xbox. You were going to Sony. Like, that was it. Those are your big choices. If you were playing a GameCube or something, you were probably playing party games. Or maybe only bought it... Oh, DS. You would release a DS too, and not a Switch? They released the DS like 5 times. What do you mean? They had the DS, and then the DS Lite, and the 3DS, and the DS XL. Like, and I'm pretty sure they had another DS. There was like 5 different versions of DS. Listen, that's the last thing I want to see another one of. I don't want another DS. It was a cool system, but then it stopped being cool when they started re-releasing. It was like the Skyrim of game systems. $48. Alright, all we have left here is Surf. How much more Surf we got? 6, 5, 4, 3. Now, I will say, I kind of missed some of the games that they had on DS. Like, a new Trauma Center? Why did that not come to like, Wii? Yeah, sure, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but nonetheless, it was still a great game. Man, I would have paid for another Trauma Center. Maybe just me, but... And that's probably why I will never get another Trauma Center, because it was just me. Oh, man. Getting these things ground up so we can just go knock everything out at once is a pain. If you want to play on your phone, it's pay, and it's paying on the mobile games. Yeah, I mean, that's... Yeah, what do you expect? These days, companies are gonna make money. No one's gonna let you go ahead and just play a game for free these days. You want a free game? It's gonna be some gacha game, or free-to-play, where the free-to-play part is gonna be really difficult to go ahead and advance. I mean, they don't want you to go ahead and play a game for free. That's just how companies are designed these days. On the other hand, would you, if you designed a game, really want to let anybody go ahead and play it for free? We'll go Thrash, because we know Thrash is a guaranteed knockout on most of these things. Sure, we can go Thunderbolt on the Furos, because that's a guaranteed knockout for those. Pretty much everything is going to be paid. Can't get away with just enjoying a thing. I mean, if you want free to play, guess what? You're playing Fortnite. That's free to play. I hate to say it, but free to play games kind of ruined a lot of the paid game experience too, though. Because when you have free-to-play games like Roblox and Fortnite, who needs anything else? And then everybody has to compare them to those. You gotta get people who are willing to go ahead and spend on your paid game and make it better than anything else. You want to, if want to make a game, you would pay for the game, but nothing that you need to pay in the game. Yeah, you want a complete game. I mean, we've all been talking about how we want complete games for a long time. But here's the problem. We all say that we want a complete game, but then when somebody releases a complete game and nobody buys it, the company is like, hey, you guys wanted that complete game, right? But then nobody bought it. Why didn't you guys go ahead and pay for that game that you wanted? I mean, that kind of just becomes the logic. And mind you, I'm not trying to go ahead and stand on the side of the multi-billion-dollar corporations. Couldn't give a shit about them. But at the end of the day, I mean, you pay for what you want, you speak with your wallet. If you don't like people coming up with live service games, don't pay for live service games. But then you can't support stuff like Roblox, and you can't support stuff like Fortnite either. Because those are the same companies making those same things. If you don't want them to make trash games and stuff like that, then don't support free games with terrible monetization stuff. You think you're gonna buy or make a time machine? And what are you gonna do with your time machine if you had one? You gonna go back in time and change the gaming market? Stop Todd Howard from selling that horse? That's what you're gonna do? You're gonna walk into Bethesda, punch Todd Howard in the face, and be like, don't you dare sell that horse armor. I mean, that's where it all started, was that horse armor. And then, you're gonna have to go ahead and... Going back in time to play tag? What do you mean going back in time? You could just go play tag right now. Listen, you're still a kid. You just go the fuck outside. What do you mean? Get a time machine to go play tag? Go fucking knock on your neighbor's door, make a friend, and be like, yo, what up, boy? Let's go run around and chase each other. Like, you're still a kid. You have plenty of time to tag. Huh? Yeah, they fucking can. Yeah, you can. You can just walk at your neighbor's door and be like, yo, what up? I saw you had a small human in there. Are they roughly around my age? Cool. Tell them to meet me up at the corner. We're gonna go get popsicles, look for Spider Eye SpongeBob's, and go play tag.
This is the most very early 90s thing I've ever heard you say, because it doesn't work like that anymore.
It doesn't work like that anymore. Luft is informing me that's not how it works any longer. That I am old and outdated. Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me you can't even trust the ice cream man. This is such a bad place to level up Monkey Man at, but it's like the best place to level up Pokemon at. It's just really scary because all of these things know Peck, so I'm throwing my monkey in harm's way. Oh, if it misses, it's gonna get pecked to, like, near death by one of them Fearos. I could Fury Swipe it, but I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think Fury Swipe will take it out if I use it, so... Maybe I'll get lucky and some of the Doduos can be taken out with a Fury Swipe, but then that's also kind of just playing the lottery and hoping it gets 2-shot and not 3-shot, or at least it rolls 3+. You don't work any, so, but in the Netherlands there's one big game of tag that everyone of any age can play if you have a phone. It's just a seeker and you need to catch a guy, and it has GPS. Listen, you just went around saying you would go out and play tag, and you were tired of supporting things that you have to go ahead and pay for. And then your response was, oh, we can play tag by geocaching some dude. You just told me you're gonna go outside and use your phone to go ahead and go catch somebody, rather than just going out and having actual interactions with people. Make room for Screech? Nah. Abandon Screech. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it doesn't work anymore, but like, you just gotta, that's why I don't understand. Like, I don't understand at what point it became so difficult for people to just make friends, or to say hello, or go out and like, find people who enjoy things that they enjoy. Like, maybe I'm just old-fashioned and crazy, but like, I have no problem walking up to somebody and being like, yo, what up? You and I enjoy a thing together. Let's go do that thing together. Like, I have no issues making friends. And maybe that's just old-fashioned, but I don't get it. I don't get when it became so difficult to just go have fun with other people. Trying to learn Thrash, hell yeah. Let's get rid of, Rage is solid, but I don't want to keep getting hit. So let's get rid of Rage for Thrash. That's great. Thrash should be fairly solid, and I should be able to just, like, one-shot all these dudes with Thrash. Be a good leveling move. Alright, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Actually, let's try Fury Swiping some of these things. It became difficult when the internet was everywhere. Even when we had the internet, it wasn't that difficult. Like, sure, or during the early days of the internet, everyone spent a lot of time online because they were hanging out in chat rooms and shit, but like, it's not like the internet's anything new. It's been there for a long time. We've all had to deal with it. But like, I don't know, maybe it's all these kids spending all their time on all these electronics. I'm sounding like the boomeriest of boomers right now, I guess, but, like, all these kids spending all this time on their electronics and everything, it stopped being social interaction, and now nobody knows how to go ahead and interact with people, I suppose, but... I mean, the internet's been everywhere for a while, but... Put it down and go walk with a friend. Man, I wish I had friends to go walk around with. I've got one friend. And she sleeps a lot. That's right, I'm talking about you. Text your friend and ask to go hang out at a park. Yeah, text your friend and be like, yo, what up, friend? Let's go hit the pogs. Let's go play some marbles. Let's go do some tiddlywinks. What up, friend? You want to make questionable choices and come back after the streetlights are out? Doesn't help that you, don't live in the middle of a town. Ah, yes. Luft told me about those things. Small towns. Where you exist. But you exist in the middle of nowhere, and it's not like you can just go out and just do something. Listen, I say get a hobby. Make yourself an ant farm. Go hunt down mushrooms. Go make up a magical adventure thing for yourself. Go geocache. Go, like, make a box, a shoebox, and fill it with cool stuff, and then, like, start writing riddles all around town about where the location of your shoebox is, and then start posting them everywhere. And maybe the mystery of the shoebox. You live in the country and it takes 25 minutes to get to town. I mean, I live in the middle of the suburbs, and even then, like, there's still nothing to really do around here. There's stuff to do, but everything around here costs money to do a thing. So, the reason I don't go do a lot of stuff is because everything costs money out here. Do I want to go to the local arcade? Yeah, cool. Money. Want to go see a movie? Money. Do I want to go eat somewhere? Money. Do I want to go read a book in a library? Sure, I can go do that. But, I also have book at home. So, why go out when I have book at home? Like, there's so many options to do things, but when you really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, being an adult, you don't have as many options as you thought you did. It's not like I can go out to a McDonald's and go climb in the playpen and be like, yeah, what, ball pit? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Luft's over there, like, looking at me being like, don't do it. Uh-oh. Hold on. I'm about to get a lecture. It's not in the middle of nowhere, but people of your age live in town. Bike race when it's good weather. It's just the wind in your hair. Yeah, I mean, that sounds cool. Bike racing, that sounds awesome. Listen, if they're kids your age and stuff, go. You know what? Actually, that might be a really good idea. Have you guys ever heard of a game called Assassin? It might be right up your alley. If you've got friends, if you've got a bunch of people, or not even friends, if you have people around your age, Assassin might be a perfect game. Okay, so here's how you play Assassin if you've never heard of it. It's one of my favorite things ever. First, you need to go ahead and get like a shoebox or a hat or something. And everybody needs to go ahead and write their name onto a piece of paper. And put their thing into this. And everybody has to draw a name out of this thing. Then, you need to go ahead and write an object. Right? And you put it in another box. Or you can play with a marker. Or a sock. Any one of those three things work. So, if you play with a marker or a sock, everybody gets a marker or a sock. And the whole thing is to go ahead and you have to assassinate the person whose name is on there. And the person who either lives to the end and collects all the names, or the person who has the most names at the end of whatever time period is the one who lives, or is the one who wins, right? If you're using socks, same thing, but you have to hit them with the sock. And you have to try and, like, you get one sock and you get one opportunity. So, like, you have to just be very careful. And time your things appropriately so that way you can take them out because you only have the one chance. And if you lose your opportunity, you're pretty much just walking bait. And since nobody knows who anybody has, because you can't tell anybody who your target is, you just kind of walk around in a constant state of anxiety, knowing that any person who's participating in Assassin could be an assassin, and they could be your assassin, and you have to just try and dodge it. It's a great game. Yeah. And if you do the random objects things, Azon's fun game is just genocide. What? No! What? No! No! I mean, listen, I do enjoy war. I do enjoy, like, war games and stuff like that. Like... What? And listen, it's not like anybody's gonna clip any of these things for them to exist on the internet forever. But yeah, average War Sims fan. I do rather enjoy, like, war games and stuff like that. I have always wanted to. And if I could ever find it, and if I could ever find a group large enough to do it. There is a game called World on Fire. And it's like a World War II, simulated thing. And everybody gets their own armies and stuff, and it's like a gigantic World War II campaign. But you have to think about, you have like rosters with individual troops and stuff. You have to manage your supplies and stuff while you're going out on campaign. You have to keep your money and stuff in mind when you're doing stuff. Like, it's a legitimate war campaign. And I hear it takes like months to finish a single campaign in that game. So that would be pretty fun to me, you know. But then I spend months looking at Doduos and beating up Diglets for no reason, so I guess my idea of fun is a little different than most people's idea of fun. You should do a King Crusader 3 challenge. I think somebody has mentioned something like that before. Okay. So, aside from just playing the game, what would be a challenge in that game? What would be something difficult in that game that would make it worthy of doing a challenge? Because that's one of those big reasons why I don't play a lot of games, is because a lot of people mention insert game here, and then they say, hey, do this thing, you should play a campaign for it, you should play this game or that game. But what would be the challenge? Like, and not just play it on hardest difficulty, I mean, that's literally just playing the game. It would have to be doing something that would normally be considered either impossible or would just be so difficult that nobody in their right mind would attempt it. You know, like obviously what I'm doing right now, or like One Life to Live Borderlands, or like Level 1000 Fallout, or stuff like that. Stuff that's crazy. Because I've taken people's suggestions in before. I mean, that's where the One Life to Live challenge came in. That was a suggestion. Subnautica Hardcore was also a suggestion. Trying to learn Hyper Beam. Yeah, delete a move for Hyper Beam. I don't know. Try to take over a map without losing. And if you do, then you restart. Is it a campaign style map? Like, I believe, let me think, Crusader King 3. If I'm not mistaken, I think there is actually a hardcore challenge in the game where you do exactly that. I don't know enough about the game, but I'm pretty sure that is a challenge for it. Let me look into it. I don't know enough about King Crusader to really say whether it would be good or challenge or not. No loss. I don't know. We never use Hyper Beam. I end up thinking, oh, I'm gonna use Hyper Beam, and then I never fucking use it. Alright, let's get rid of Bubble Beam, I guess. I always say I'm gonna use Bubble Beam, and every time I don't. But yeah, let me look into it. I don't know enough to be able to give a definitive yay or nay on it. Three, two, one. Shaboink up front. We can actually get... I'm pretty sure this will get to 56 before we finish anything else on here. Just 3 more levels and then Shaboink is officially done. She said, and I quote, "I'm not going to sleep. I'm just laying here because my head hurts." Then proceeded to go ahead and put on an eye mask. And then proceeded to go ahead and put...
I'm not asleep!
Not yet. You put the seal on your head. The outlet?
Yes, I can hear it.
Then just unplug the thing. If you're hearing electricity from an outlet, that means there's electrical leakage, and that means it has something to do with whatever's plugged into it. Their eyes feel like they have heartburn. I don't know. You was about to say, get rid of Surf, but you forgot it's an old gen. Yeah, but I wouldn't get rid of Surf for, I wouldn't get rid of Surf for Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam has, what, 5? Surf has 15, plus Surf hits hard, and it's a good stab. Overall, a pretty good move. I don't know in future generations, but I know in at least the first 2. She sounds like Luft from what I remember. Yep, that is Luft. She's doing okay. Luft is, she's just having some issues. She's got a massive, like, migraine, so... Howdy, Plush! How you doing today? It's been awfully quiet. We're finishing up a grind because since I have no birds, which means I have no fly, I have to finish my grind before I go do all the other things. So I'm finishing my grind now, and then we're gonna do all the other stuff afterwards. Hello, Moondrop. Welcome back. How are you doing? Finishing Psychic. Once we get to 56, we're gonna stop grinding. Can you put her Twitch into the chat? Sure, I can. I mean, she hasn't really streamed in, like, close to a year now. Over a year. Excuse me, she corrected. I was trying to be nice, but she was like, no, don't be nice. Alright, give me a second. Luft Koos. Hey, you got 115 followers, though. Next stream in 4 days at 7:30 p.m. MMO Mondays. Tower of These Nuts. You never change your schedule. Oops. I'm an alien AI at the end of time. All right, give me 1 second. 7:30 p.m. MMO Mondays. Tower. Get out of here. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. 1 second. Let me go over to my thing here real quick and doing pretty good. Woke up super early, got a lot done. Took 4-hour nap. That's pretty cool. I am doing all right, Moondrop. Happy Pi Day. Hello, happy Pi Day to you, Jordan. Is it too late to suggest the name? Don't be nice. I mean, you can suggest the name, but I don't think we're gonna be catching anything else anymore. I think we are officially past the point of that. All right, give me a second. There we are. That's her Twitch in there. What the heck? I got messages?
Yeah, people can message you on Twitch.
Yeah, I see that, but I'm just like, it's weird.
Usually only bots use it.
Yeah, I noticed. Howdy, partner! I'm like, I can't even message you back. What do you mean? Don't give me that frickin' Toy Story line. What are you having for lunch today, Moondrop? The Mick Dynasty skipped out a game? Oh, no. There is a Mick. There is a Mick in this one. Corkboard. No, there was one, somebody actually, they went to go ahead and name it Nickname, but it accidentally got nicknamed Mickmane. So, here, I'm about to show you. There is one. Yeah, it was an accidental Mick, so... Let me deposit one thing real quick, and then we'll deposit Bunny Foo Foo and withdraw... Where is it? Mickname! It's a Charmander. Boiled rice with tomato in jelly? What kind of jelly? Accidental Mick, but it's here. Mickname. Oh, man. It's there. Mickname? Alright, it doesn't match the others, but only a distant relative. Mickname. Yeah, it was an accidental, but it was pretty funny. Yeah, massive you did get that name. And it's funny because I have it written down. I'm like, best failure nickname. And I put nickname here on my thing. It's hilarious, but I'd actually wouldn't mind, like, leveling up something else, but, like, none of these are worth leveling. Sure, I could level the Eevee. Really, I just need something to go ahead and be the middleman between that first gym, because it's full of ice types. So, yes. Big Ra. Ra-ra, ooh-ra-ra, hoo-ra, va-va-va. Allah, ooh-la-la. I want your Game Boy. I want Pokemon. Show me you got red. I'll show you my version. I want your mons. Hey, 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 I want your mons. Yeah, we're almost done with this, so... real quick. Have you found a shiny? Unfortunately, we won't find a shiny until next gen. But yeah, we actually had 3 shinies, when we went through Gold, Silver, and Crystal. We had 3 shinies total, when we went through the first time. But... yeah, we don't really have them. Level up Mickname. It would take so long. We're doing our endgame grind. Jens DB, hello. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you've come in at, like, we're coming out towards the tail end of Yellow. We're doing our, like, final grind to, like, get everybody up to where they need to be. I would love to, like, bring Mickname in, but it would take so long, and then I'd have to switch in and out. I promise, I would love to, but I can't. We're past that point now. Listen, you just gonna keep throwing stuff at me? We've established I am not a Pokemon. I know I look like a Pokemon. I know. I know. But I am not. Listen here, you son of a carpenter. Also, how are you doing today? Since you subscribed and then, you know, just kind of disappeared off into the ether. This is such a dangerous place. Such a dangerous place for Monkey Man. You're giving me flashbacks to that one bad romance parody with poorly animated Undertale characters that was like, whoa, 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 story of Undertale. Was I close? Is that what it sounded like? If you redeem the BBC, if you do, I'm gonna have to put a disclaimer before I do it. I always warn people when people redeem it that I need to give you guys a noise warning and not just hit you with the BBC. So, all right, Moondrop, you have a great day. It's loud. It's loud, so I always tell people, listen. If you're gonna redeem the BBC, just be prepared. Your ear will never be the same. And if you really want to bother somebody, just prepare to keep it as loud as you possibly can. Huh? What? What?
If anybody.
Anybody? You're gonna be so mad if somebody requests the BBC today?
I will behead the chicken.
You will behead the Don't behead the chicken, please.
Then I'll behead the chat.
No, don't behead the chat. That's fine. Guessing you haven't seen it before. It's like the funniest garbage. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen, and I'm sure that a bad romance version of Undertale is yeah. That's why I just gave you the wow, because I didn't know what it sounded like. Don't look at me like that. Like you ain't never heard. Like you've never heard a grown man moan. Most people haven't heard a grown man moan.
That's not a moan, that's a grunt. Nice try.
Behead the chat. That's fine. Listen, we've already established that apparently, you know, the name of the game is Snaps. Snaps is the name. Oh man. Alright, let's start low kicking these buddies. Give them old birds the karate chops. Feel like that was not a moan, it was more like a wobbly screech. Ah, okay, yes. Is that better? Maybe that one works? Can you imagine just walking out in the middle of the night, you're passing an alleyway, and then you hear from the noise? Just from the alleyway randomly. Oh man, I don't know if I'd feel like walking down that alley anymore. Probably knock on the nearest neighbor's door and be like, listen, can you let me in? I'm gonna stay here tonight. Oh man, at least Monkey Man's not getting like completely trashed out here. It's doing a pretty good job. And I managed to get through all my Fury swipes. Hot diggity. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. It's warm outside? Baby, it's warm outside. I've got to go home, but baby, it's warm outside. But I'm sitting here alone, but baby, it's warm outside. I've got some places I've got to be. But baby, it's hot outside. I don't really want to stay, but I'm gonna ask you again. I really don't think I'm comfortable. You better stay here.
It is a very
Because baby, it's warm out there. You gotta get a random alleyway at night and hide under a big black blanket and then just hit him with the That's what I want to do. Hey, that'd be a good prank video.
No.
Until somebody comes up and fucking kicks you right in the rib.
Or, you know, shoots you.
Why would they be shooting me?
It's America. Behind every blade of grass
Listen,
there's a gun.
it's a prank video. People don't get shot in prank videos, except for that one guy.
You're gonna get pranked back.
Yeah.
With a gun.
No.
Or a knife.
No, that's not.
Or a
No.
fist.
Nope. Nope.
Or the police.
I'm sorry, that's not how that works. They're gonna be like, hey, what are you doing hanging out in that alley? I'm gonna be hanging out with my black blanket.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna do it.
Why are you wearing a big black blanket hanging out in an alleyway? No, nothing, sir. I'm just waiting for people to go ahead and pass by while I hit them up with a prank.
The more you talk about it, the worse this is.
There's nothing bad about my descriptions. Now, like, I'm sure there would be some pretty bad... You know what always gets me? Fucking trunk-or-treating. I don't know if I've given this speech before about trunk-or-treating, but it's like...
in a parking lot with
Listen,
supervised.
listen. Here's the problem with that. You're telling people, you spend all of this time telling kids, don't go talk to strangers with candy. Don't go talk to them if they have a dog. Don't get in a stranger's car. And then you're gonna go ahead and take your kid to a parking lot full of strangers, full of their cars that are full of candy. And then you're gonna go ahead and be like, yo, there's a stranger over there. Go get some candy from their trunk. And then it's all fine and dandy.
You realize those places are usually heavily monitored and are safer than telling your kids, hey, go walk around the
guess
neighborhood
what?
and get candy from
It's
strangers at their homes.
You're conditioning the child to associate candy in trunks and strangers with candy as good thing.
And you're gonna associate a kid walking up to random people's houses expecting candy and not expecting to get dragged inside.
Listen! Yeah! Yes! This is very different. If you're going up to their house and knocking on their door and being like, yo, trick or treat, it's not like some boy's gonna be like, get the fuck in here. That's not how that happens.
Most kids that go trick-or-treating from house to house...
You're just trying to sell your all-new phone cases? I wish you the best of luck.
are attended by their parents. They say, hey, go around the neighborhood and go get your candy. And the parents usually stay home and clean up candy.
Okay, I get what you're saying,
Rather than going
but
to a
trunk or treat is sketchy.
That is monitored.
Trunk or treat is sending mixed messages. They understand.
Then all of it's sending mixed messages.
Yeah, you know what? By your logic, they should just get rid of Halloween.
Whose logic?
Your
logic. I was counteracting that the vice versa of this is the exact same.
No. Going up to somebody's...
It's not out in the open.
Going up to somebody's house...
Easily seen.
It's a situational thing. You can't tell kids stay away from stranger danger cars. It's not like you go up... Okay, it's not like you go up to the house and you're like, stranger danger, you're going up to their house. Not the house. The house doesn't pull up to you and be like, yo, kids, I got a puppy in here.
What makes you think that these cars are moving around and aren't blocked off?
I get what you're saying. I've been there. Like, when I was stationed out in Utah, trunk or treat was a big thing. It was the first time I'd ever heard of trunk or treat, and that was my first exposure to it.
The point of trunk or treat is is for people that can't.
You've now
go
grown to
trick or
love
treating.
the starting song called With You from the series of Pokemon Master Journeys. I will have to take a look at it. Hold on, let me stop doing whatever this is. With You. Sorry, we're talking about the, about Trunk or Treat and how I think it's sending mixed signals. Okay, go ahead.
Trunk or treat is for people that can't usually go trick-or-treating or don't have that community that they can do that. So, with trunk or treat, the way it's supposed to be and the only ways I've seen it done, there's usually in some sort of, like, parking lot, like a
church
one, like
or a
church
park.
or something.
Yeah,
Everything's out in the open.
Okay.
And there's usually a couple police officers because it is a community-run
I've never
thing.
seen a police officer to trunk or treat.
I've seen the police there every time. At least 2 of them. But I'm also from a community where they did that.
You're from a community? Alright, sorry, go ahead, sorry. Sorry.
The point of it is it's easily accessible. Everything's out in the open for everybody to see. We're going up to somebody's house. You don't know what they're giving your kid. And
They're giving my kid candy.
Kids have been pulled.
They don't know what you're giving your kid? That's the same argument that every news station...
because the parents usually stay at the end of the sidewalk at the road where they send their kids to
You're
their
about
house.
to go ahead and make the news at 5 argument of they're gonna give my kid the marijuanas?
No, I'm trying to tell you the logic!
Okay, hold on. I don't know whose side I'm on anymore. I mean, to be fair, what's gonna happen at the car? They're gonna be like, alright, get in. Alright, we drive away, nobody will notice.
No one can drive away, that's the thing.
I get it, but
Kids have literally
it's the association. It's the association. Listen, let me tell you how kids are impressionable. We all know this. The fact that I heard the line, "What the fuck is going on here?" once as a child in a far off room when my dad was watching a movie, and then suddenly bust out with that shit in a post office that was absolutely full to the brim with "What the fuck's going on here?" when I was a child. Yeah,
My
association.
point being is it was made for like a safety thing, especially for younger kids that need somebody to go with them. But also, people that don't have that kind of community that can do that. Like where we're at, we can't really trick-or-treat normally because it's not that kind of setup. It's not like a house-to-house situation.
Why would we be trick-or-treating?
No, I'm saying like people that have kids. Shut up, you're dumb.
I'm dumb!
But there have been instances where parents send their kids out to go trick-or-treating.
And a house pulls up and snatches them up?
No! They pull up to the house and the people in this house snatch them up because they're stupid. And they go up to a house that doesn't have a light on. Because there's certain people that aren't allowed to have their lights on or decorate for Halloween. And the kids don't know any better. They go up to the houses anyway because they're never taught that unless the lights
Yeah,
on.
but here's the thing. If that person if that person opens up their door, they're gonna be in some serious trouble.
Yeah, because they pulled the kid inside.
Okay, I get what you're saying, but the chances of getting pulled into a house, a stationary location where everybody will know where you're at, versus somebody pulling up on the car and being like, "Yo, get in the trunk," and then driving away.
How are they gonna know where they're at?
Because, okay, if the child goes, okay, guys, we're gonna P button this because I cannot. I'm gonna focus on this. What if the house is an RV? I mean, sure, yeah, I guess that works. Also, hello, Demon Pumpkin. Sorry, we're getting into the meat and sausages of this thing.
You remember, you started this.
Love how the dog mouse moves when Love talks? Yeah. Okay, listen. Listen, okay, so you're telling me. Hold up, you need some popcorn? You're telling me. I don't even know what the fuck my argument was.
Exactly, because you're wrong!
I got prepped up.
Because you're wrong!
I got prepped up.
Dumb!
Listen, no.
Because you're dumb!
I'm not wrong!
Dumb!
No!
Dumb!
They can't see you.
No.
They can't see you doing that.
That's the point.
You dunking on me and dropping your mic and dabbing
Dumb.
doesn't do shit because nobody can see it. I thought the chicken
Your
was here.
laptop.
I thought the chicken
It was
was
like,
there.
no, the chicken's over there.
Oh, okay. Well, listen.
Because you're dumb.
Listen.
Wrong.
What are the chances? How about let's do some statistics research here. Okay, how many kids are getting snatched up into houses versus how many kids are getting snatched up into cars? I feel like your phone agreed with me. Okay, we've also got this standing rule that, like, whenever we're having an argument, if the phone randomly goes off, whoever said the last thing, the phone is supporting, and that kind of just...
I was the last one to make a statement. You asked the question.
Okay.
So it supported me then.
No, that's not
by that logic.
No, you know the rules, and so do I. Okay?
Don't you fucking dare.
Anyway, let's continue. Sorry, we're getting off topic. Chicken. Hold on, everybody. Nobody calls me chicken. Marty McFly. Alright, let's continue grinding, because I know everybody's thrilled to hear the, is trunk or treating safe? Okay, go ahead. Hit me with the statistics. I'm ready.
I'm looking for the numbers.
You're looking for the numbers. You know the rules, and
last year had the most record-breaking of kids kidnapped.
That's because the economy is bad, and people are snatching up people's kids to try and sell them.
They were kidnapped by the P words.
They're kidnapped by the P words. Gotcha. By the pedestrians.
And it's the exact situation I described. They're leaving their lights on when they're not supposed to, or kids were going up to houses they weren't supposed to that didn't have lights on.
I don't believe you. You know what? You know what? This year, I'm gonna dress up as a small child.
Fuck you are.
And I'm gonna go trick or treating, and I'm gonna go door to door.
Police.
And I'm gonna see how many people try and snatch me into their house. All right. All right.
I want to say the meanest thing right now. No one can snatch you up.
White vans are sus. They're the most vans used for kidnapping.
Not
Actually,
anymore.
are white vans the most used I would just assume black vans.
That's the stereotype, but they're not used anymore because that's the stereotype.
During trunk or treat, trick or treating, I'm gonna say no kids are getting snatched up. Although the houses are less monitored, actually, statistically.
That's my point.
Listen. That's not usually. It's not one single child trick or treating. It's not like you send your toddler out. Go send out little Jimothy.
You know the youngest people usually let their kids trick or treat on their own in their community.
It's not. Yeah. Okay.
How
okay.
old
Hold on. I'm getting there. Yeah. But how many times do you see, however this tall is, going out on their own? Little 7-year-old Jimothy walking down the road with a sheet on his head with a single thing, versus a group of them gaggling little fucking crotch goblins running around like being the.
If they're in a group.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times. I didn't trick or treat in a group.
That's because you didn't have anybody to trick or treat with. Your town had like nobody in it. All right. You went around around somebody's house 5 times with a different outfit if you wanted more candy.
Pause. Did you just fucking say I didn't have friends?
No, I'm saying.
No, I didn't have no one to trick or treat with. Was I that much of a fucking loser?
No. I'm saying that there wasn't enough kids in your town.
There was more going on when I was growing up than there is now.
In your village.
I'm gonna fucking beat your ass.
If someone's getting snatched at a house, you'll know where they were. But if a car they can drive, yeah, that's my point.
But with their car, they're in a blocked off parking lot.
Oh, damn! He's not about to get in the couch tonight.
With trunk or treat, it's not like the car's just on the side of the road
basically the same environment.
Or the driveway. Trunk or treat is a monitored, secured environment that is blocked off.
What am I gonna do? Wear a backwards baseball cap and be like, I'm 9? Yeah, I'm gonna go in and wear a baseball cap. I'm gonna dress up in like a denim jacket in some shorts, and I'm gonna have a skateboard. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, yo, how do you do, my fellow kids? That's what's gonna happen.
And then you're going to get arrested.
What do you mean? Listen, trick-or-treating is for everybody.
There's a time and a place for these groups.
Yeah, and there's a time and a place after 6, before 9. That's the time.
Those were the numbers you went with.
Because after 6 p.m. before 9 p.m. That's
trick-or-treating's from 5 to 7.
That's the official trick-or-treating.
From 5 to 7.
No,
it still has to be light outside.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Maybe where you came from, because they didn't have street lights. Okay.
We had. Oh, you're making me so mad.
Azon's the height of a child too, so it all works out. Yeah, with these kids nowadays, they're all growing up like fucking bamboo and palm stalks. I'm over here being like, yo, what up? And the kid's like 6'4", and he's like, I'm 3. And I'm over here, my 5'4" ass being unable to go in and reach stuff in high cabinets.
I'm putting everything on high shelves from now on.
You love free candy? I mean, hey, free candy comes in all forms. Hello, Simone. In Pokemon X Arceus, you finally got a shining Basculin. What the hell is a Basculin? Forget the house, you're getting the kids to give the kids candy. Why don't you go ahead and, you know what? You know what you could do? You could have a mobile wheelbarrow that just gives away candy. Or one of them little ice cream things. The guys with the bells. Just giving away candy. New candy, new ice cream shop. Who dis? Right? Guys, I don't think we're getting to the Elite Four today. It still has to be light outside? Nah, dude. We started like an hour before it gets dark. Yeah, like, I went trick-or-treating when it was dark outside.
That was in the 80s and early 90s when no one cared.
80s? What the fuck? You think
I'm talking about in general.
You think I was a 2-year-old out there being like, goo goo gaga, give me a Snickers, bitch?
Not just you. In the general sense, in the 80s and 90s, that's how it was.
Dribble, dribble, give me a lollipop.
No.
Out there, two-year-old pushing my own fucking. Meant couch, not house. You're sleeping on the couch. Yes, I am sleeping on the couch today. Nah. This whole conversation can't be avoided if you just put a tracker on your kid. Exactly.
There's just so many things wrong.
Listen, just get a microchip. Microchipped.
No. That's
microchip your child.
No, they're not fucking
Remember, everybody.
They're not fucking dolphins,
microchip your child, and then you don't have to worry. So that way, when they're lost, you can just have them scan it and be like, "Is this your kid?" Yeah.
No, you put an air tag.
No, put an air tag. Somebody can take an air tag out of your kid.
Out?
I'm sorry.
Why is it in the kid?
I was thinking the microchipping thing.
No.
But like,
that is not humane to put a microchip on
your child. Listen, yeah, it would be.
Because that's permanently, like, in there.
Yeah, and it would have all their information, which could be updated. See, that makes so much sense. Microchip your kid. Not only you know their location, you know their blood type and everything. You get their medical history. All they have to do is scan their hand. Voila, they get everything.
That's what they're trying to do for everybody right now. You see these fucking people complaining about 5G towers wiping their fucking brains? You think they're gonna put their microchips in kids?
Surgeon, you put an air tag in the liver.
They don't even want to have TikTok because they think it's brainwashing.
Air tag in the liver. You're correct. Humane doesn't matter. That's right. When it comes to safety, humane doesn't matter.
You're talking a little too loud.
Get that Neuralink installed. Listen, I'm ready for it. Link me up, Captain. I'm ready to surf the web and the high seas. Sign into the
what?
Do.
No one can hear what you're thinking.
Hold on. Sign into the hold on, let's.
Is it SAO something?
Hold on, let me go to YouTube and get the noise. We're gonna be signing into the into the website that sounds like this.
Oh, never mind. I know what you're talking about. Don't say that. You're gonna get DNCA'd.
Oh, will I?
Yeah, you're gonna get slapped.
Oh shit. Welp.
Well.
Disregard. Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna sign into those with Neuralink. Man, can you imagine that?
I just said the orange and black website.
We were talking about Halloween. I think that would have been hard to...
No, everyone knows what orange and black website is.
Yeah, it's Spirit. Spirit of Halloween.
You're gonna give me an aneurysm.
I'm not gonna give you an aneurysm. That happens from a blood clot. Hello? Why are you looking at me like that? You're about to give me an aneurysm. The sus hub? Yeah. Why do you know what that is? Listen, you're a you don't know what that is. You're too young to be knowing what that is.
I mean, if it means enough about, Even if they don't get on, it's not like a big deal.
Thought it was gonna be the Vsauce music for a moment. Just hit me what it really was. Oh. Yeah, Vsauce here. Did you know that every iguana really is a leopard in disguise? Did you know that 1 in 3 camels is afraid of sand? On today's show, we're going to be talking about magnetism and how it affects the Earth. That's what I feel like every Vsauce intro is. That's what I feel like it's like every time. You're suddenly just enjoying your day, and then he's like, flesh magnets. How do they work?
Why'd you have to get so close to your
Because that's what he does. He leans into the microphone, he leans into the camera, and he's like, babies, watermelons, corn, what do they have in common? Like, the ozone is secretly fake. Oh my god, is this what we're going into conspiracy theories, boys. Yep, the cryptids, they're ruling everything. When I'm trying to go ahead and go vote, and I'm just trying to go ahead and vote Republican, it's them damn cryptids coming up behind me and making me go ahead and press the devil's blue color. That stupid drum beat always gets stuck in your head and you've literally never heard it actually. Hopefully your family doesn't recognize the beat. Oh no. That would be... Can you imagine just sitting there in the middle of the living room, and then you hear the do 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 do, and then suddenly your dad comes over and is like, "What are you watching there, bud? How you doing, son?" Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. Where are your fingers? On your hands? Sure. Or are they? What if I told you you don't really have fingers? Yeah, that's definitely 100% an intro. The water's making the frogs get... Yeah, that's... It's funny. Okay, here's one thing. So, the guy is obviously pretty wild and wacko out there. But, it is surprising how often Alex Jones has been right about some crazy shit, and then just, he gets completely written off. Like, he gets a lot of shit for saying some crazy stuff, and then years later, everybody finds out the crazy thing he was saying was a real thing, and then people are like, brush it under the rug. You love throwing frogs in water? I mean, it's where they belong. Now, if you said you're throwing toads in there, I'd be like, that's wrong. Just throws down a donut he's eating, bolts in the room. Hey, son, what you watching? That would be pretty funny. But yeah, there's some serious crazy stuff out there that gets said that he comes up with, and I'm just like, that sounds a little crazy. So the frogs are gay? Yeah, it was proven, when he was saying they're making the frogs gay and all of that. So it was proven that they were dumping chemicals into the water, and the frogs were actually, they instead of trying to mate, they were getting into same-sex pairs rather than mating and making more frogs. It was actually a proven thing. The chemicals were actually making the frogs gay. Like, sounds fucking crazy and wild, but the evidence is there, and it came out to light that that was a real thing. So, yeah. Talk about it. He says some crazy shit, but sometimes he's pretty on the dollar about it. I didn't even have a device with me. I was just messing around with my pencils because I was trying to think during my homework. So, you should believe crazy people on the TV. I'm not saying believe crazy people on the TV. I'm just saying, like, there's some people who say some pretty crazy shit, that eventually get their vindications. You know, like, people who say trunk or treating is just leading to children getting into fucking... She's prepared the fisticuffs. She's ready to fight me like a good old throwdown. What's today? Is today Thursday? On Thursday night throwdown, watch Azanovox and Lufkus get in the ring with a good old slobber fest. The two of them are gonna be throwing down like you've never seen before. One in the ring, standing up high, one down low. You're gonna see leg sweeps and the clobber knockers, all left and right. Tune in on this. Oh, man. I left, but did Luf win the argument? No. No. You know what? We can put this out here in a poll. Go check out my Twitter after the stream and tell me who won that argument. Because I feel like, I feel like we should leave that to public opinion. Azo won because he's a man? Oh no! Oh no! Listen, you can't like...
Joke's on you, I'm neither!
You can't go ahead and throw out, you know, he's a man as a winning argument. That's not how that works nowadays. There are some men who are mega wrong about a lot of fucking things these days. Alright, Bunny Fufu is out. Zulia's almost done. So, as long as we get everything to 56, we're gonna smash through. So, more likely than not, tomorrow will be... What's my Twitter? It's at the exact same thing, Azonavox. So, for those of you guys who are new to the channel here and have never seen me before, hello, my name is Azonavox. Yeah, you can find me on everything with the same tag. That's been my for years, so, if you see me in a game and Azonavox is the name, that's me. Doing the things. You feel like Luft truly won? Because she'll be sleeping in the bed and I won't? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a thing where we don't push each other out into those kind of situations. We're not go sleep on the couch kind of people. No, she wouldn't make me sleep on the couch. She would just throw me out the window. I'd have to go sleep on my little cardboard outside. Bring my big black blanket so I can make sure to scare people and just go to when they walk by. You know. Yeah. Yeah, that was moaning. That's how I moan. You know. I'm right when I'm participating in everyday activities. When I'm just doing business on my own, I'll be like, huh, huh, huh. Yeah, that's the noise. There's some men who are mega wrong about things these days. Andrew Tate. Listen, if there is one thing that I will give Andrew Tate that he is doing right, it's that he is saying all the shit that he is. I don't think the shit that he says is right, and I don't agree with a lot of the stuff he does or says, but I will say his strategy for making money is fucking chef's kiss. The dude is one hell of an entrepreneur, even if he's a stupid individual, in my opinion. Did I climax for a second? No. That wasn't me climaxing. That was me reaching my peak. That was peak Azonavox. Andrew Tate was funny, even though he's really wrong. I will say there are some things like, so, as a former womanizer, I can definitely tell you that some of the shit that he says, definitely some tactics that people have used in the past. Some of the shit that he says does work, but does it work for the average person? No. Because you got all these people who have no idea how to fucking read context, or read body language, or read a room, or just get out of bed in the morning and brush their teeth, or, you know, approach a lady without looking like they're gonna go ahead and snatch them and put them in the trunk. Trying to go ahead and use these moves, and it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So, Ultra, it was awaking. Okay, so long ago and far away, I wasn't the slightly chunky, not so great looking dude. Long ago and far away, I had the really nice chisel, like muscly body, and I was like well put together and shit. And I used to be pretty smooth back in the day. But, not so much anymore. I kind of settled down, so. Yeah, but I have a lot of experience. A lot of experience with all of that stuff, so. You're a woman. Yeah, I was. You know, it's one of those things. I mean, I'll be the first person to go ahead and admit my mistakes when I've I wasn't the greatest dude when I was younger. I really wasn't. I wasn't the greatest guy. I wasn't a good person. Do tell? Not much to tell. I mean, I flirted a lot, slept with a lot of people, drank a lot of drinks, partied hard, woke up in places I don't know how I got there. Yeah, I lived that frat boy lifestyle. I've done that before, so, I mean, when I talk about stuff like that, I'm not talking from a perspective of I don't know. I used to be one of those dudes. I used to be one of those guys who, you know, showed up at parties and, you know, walked out with people I didn't even know their fucking names. I wouldn't say it's good job. It was who I was then. I will say the first step to recovery is admittance. Now you have a good job and Luft. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Luft definitely did a good job. Like, you're now lazy. Oh man, that is 100% true. Man, I don't want to fucking get out of bed sometimes. But no, it's just more of like, I will say, I do wish people, like, took the time out of their day to learn that kind of stuff. If there's one thing that being a former fuckboy and all of that stuff taught me, it taught me a lot about how to just handle people in social situations. Even if I wasn't the greatest of people, there are lessons in there that I can't replicate. There's lessons that came from those situations that I'm never going to be able to find anywhere else. You know, there's situations that I've been in that just taught me so much about me as a person, and who I am, and what I like and what I don't like, and stuff like that. So, it taught me a lot. Yeah, I was a really shitty person, but I learned some really good fucking life lessons, so, you know. I will say was it good? Yeah, it's really enjoyable. I think about it sometimes, but would I go back to it? Probably not. That's a draining-ass lifestyle. We going backwards or restarting because of a loss? Remember you were on Crystal. Hey, Mega Kawaii Kittens, it has been a while. Become a fuckboy. Listen, I'm not telling you to go ahead and do that, but I am saying it like, huh? It is a poor lifestyle, but it is a poor lifestyle that will teach you some things the very hard way. You will learn a lot by being a fuckboy, but man, are you gonna you're gonna hate it later in life. But you'll learn a lot. So what happened, Mega Kawaii Kitten? So Morty, on the third gym, or fourth gym, I think. Yeah, so Morty's Gengar went ahead and thrashed us. I got hit with the worst set of Hypnosis Dream Eaters ever. I love that Azon supports being a fuckboy. He's an icon. Listen, it's a lifestyle. Like, I don't bag on the dudes for doing it. Do I think it's the right thing to do? No. Having come from that lifestyle, do I think it's fantastic? I mean, it looks glamorous. I mean, there's a lot to learn from it. You're gonna... Huh? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tiptoe around a subject like that, but like, having lived it, I can tell people it's not a great lifestyle, but it's not a terrible one. I'm not telling people to go out and live your best life and, you know, fuck everything that has two legs and isn't a bird. But like, yeah, I mean, there's stuff to learn out there. Here's the biggest thing that I think doing all of that taught me. How to read people. And that was, I think, the biggest thing that came out of all of that, was how to read people in general. How to understand people's social cues. How to go ahead, that's like saying becoming a murderer so you know how to deal with people. Listen, I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm not saying go the overkill route, but that's the route I have to take to do that.
They know that that's what you are.
Huh?
You're gonna be a fuckboy. Whoever you're fucking with knows that you're not trying to be committed.
Oh yeah, that's also a big thing. Communication. You're gonna become a supervillain now. Communication is one of those big things. Like, I was never about trying to hide who I was. I was never like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be this great dude, I'm always like, I'm fairly genuine about everything. I'm very straightforward about who I am as a person. I'm very straightforward about my experiences and what I will and will not do and stuff. Everyone's different. That's what makes the world so unique. Yeah, and I was pretty upfront. I mean, yeah, would I give the honeyed words and, you know, bequeath their ears with the poetry? Sure. No problem. Oh yeah, I definitely tried that shit on Luft, and she did not have it. She didn't have it at all. So she was like, she saw right through me like fucking wet bread. So, like wet bread. Encouraging fuckboy behavior because it's aesthetic. It's not that it's aesthetic. It's just it was my way of learning this kind of stuff. What was your best pickup line? I never used a pickup line. There was no reason. No, pickup lines. I use pickup lines because they're funny. But no, the easiest way to approach somebody is relation. You want to have something in common. I think what I tell people most is you gotta have a joke. You gotta have a joke in your back pocket, and you gotta be able to connect to somebody. You have 5 minutes to make your impression. You have 24 hours to make your intentions known, and you have 1 week to go ahead and lock down whatever you're in. That was always my time schedule. If you couldn't get someone's interest in 5 minutes, that was it. It was pretty much over. 5 minutes was what it took to get someone's attention. If you didn't make your intentions known within 24 hours that, hey, this is what you're looking for, it was over. If you didn't decide what you wanted and told them, they were going to decide what they wanted for you. Just realize you have to leave in an hour. Still have a lot of stuff to get done. It's probably the most fun you've had on the stream. You need to invite Luft over and get in each other's throats more often. Listen, I can get in Luft's throat more often if you guys want, but, like... That's a totally different website. That's a very different website.
You only said that because I wasn't in arm's reach.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just... It's what you have to do. You need to define it. You have to come up with a set of rules that you're going to live by. Like, for me, I won't sleep with anybody that I can't see myself getting in a long-term relationship with. Just because if something happens and I'm suddenly somebody's baby daddy, I'm going to step up. Simple as that. So I wouldn't sleep with anyone I wasn't prepared to stay with for the rest of my life. I always had my time limits and stuff like that. I wouldn't lie about who I was. If they asked me my opinions and stuff, I would always say the truth. Am I resorting to OnlyFans? No. No, it's not so much that I wouldn't do it. Like, I've thought about it. If you guys really want to know, just saying it was entertaining. No, I got you. It was all good. Also, go get your stuff done, Plush, so you can get on out. But no, for me, like, I've always thought about, would I ever want to go ahead and run an adult film studio? Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I've known adult film stars before. Like, I think it's a pretty cool industry. Yeah, the industry's pretty shit right now, but that's because it gets a lot of bad rap and bad practices and stuff like that. But would I want to do it for a living? Yeah, I think I could run a studio. I think I could come up with some good plots, pay people some decent money, and not treat people like shit. The only thing is, I think the healthcare would be kind of an issue. I would prefer to go ahead and take people on, like, on contract, have them be part of a studio and provide healthcare and stuff like that. But, you know, that's just how I would run the business. You support your friend when they beat up somebody? Why would you do that? Listen, I hope they're not just walking up to people, socking them in the jaw, and you would be in the background being like, yeah, get him, friend! You socked that old lady! The best icon, advocate for fuckboys and adult websites. Man, listen, I know I'm a pretty, like, I tend to be a pretty wholesome dude sometimes, but you guys gotta understand, at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm pretty pro everything. Live your life, be who you want to be. If you want to dress up in a fursuit and like go find your fellow furries for fun festivals. That's up to you guys. If you want to go ahead and put a collar on your neck and get locked in a dog cage and have someone feeding you bananas through, like, the slits, that's all up to you. If you decide that you want to go ahead and get all dressed up into leather, get stuck on a vacuum table, and have people, like, jabbing you with the electric wands or slapping you around with the BBCs, that's all up to you. I don't care. Live your life. Just make sure that you go ahead and live your life appropriately. You make sure that you tell people that that's the kind of life that you're gonna live, and don't lie to people about it. I mean, you don't have to tell everybody everything. It's not like you gotta go ahead and fly a flag on your back that says, I like dicks, or anything, but, like, just don't go ahead and be somebody that you're not. That's simple. Alright, anyway, I think we're gonna end today's stream here. Now that we've had a really good conversation. But yeah, seriously, look, I know I normally tend to, like, be fairly tame with my streams and stuff like that, but I have a fuck ton of opinions about stuff. I just normally don't get into it because nobody really asks, and we don't normally have this time to, like, do stuff like this, but yeah, if you ever feel like you want to know stuff like this, I don't have a problem talking about it. Pop in whenever you want. You know, you guys know the drill. I'm usually here Monday through Sunday. Azo's like my second dad. Man, I hope I'm nobody's first dad. Anyway, kids, let's go ahead and end today's stream. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, make sure to like, sub, share, follow. Helps the channel grow. Tell your friends so they're in the know. We need your opinions. You'll get plenty of them. Come on in and ask me stuff. You'll get plenty of my opinions. But yeah, come on in tomorrow. We'll go ahead and you're my first dad, Azon. Oh well, shit. Divine conception. Oh no. Yeah, listen. I know where all my anyway, we're not gonna get into this. I will see you guys all tomorrow. As always, you guys have a fantastic night. Stay safe, and until I see you all again, stay golden. Also, no papas. I'm not your papa. Go home. I'll see you all tomorrow. Also, the irony of me playing Pokemon and having this discussion does not escape me.